Looks like the sunlight's out today, which is nice. A lot of people preparing for the Lunar New Year's festivals too. I guess I might actually be doing something interesting that day. I guess we'll see. And what's going on today? I guess it's kind of interesting reading this one where apparently there is an employee or an ex-employee of Amazon who's claiming he got fired because he brought up concerns about their drone program, I guess, and the safety procedures. This one says, ex-Amazon drone manager says he was fired for raising safety concerns. When Chetty Skeet joined Amazon's delivery drone project, it didn't take long before he noticed something was awry. So according to this, it says there wasn't an onboarding process for new employees, he said. There wasn't a bathroom at one of these field sites, leaving the outdoors as the only options during shifts. And there were crashes, lots of them. Skeet lasted less than 2 years. He said he was denied promotions and ultimately fired in March after sharing concerns about the program and its crashes internally. And it says almost a year since he was terminated as a program manager, Skeet is suing his former employer in King County Superior Court in Seattle. Though his attorney, Skeet claims Amazon discriminated against him because he is a black man and retaliated against him for raising safety concerns about the drone program. And obviously the company denies that, and they say they look forward to, I guess, proving their point in court. According to this, he was a flight assistant, and his response here saying he was shocked to learn about the lack of safety protocols in drone testing. The lawsuit read, in his roughly 2 years working there, several drones crashed, including one that ignited a 25-acre brush fire. In October 2020, there were also so many crashes that Amazon halted operations. Skeet said the company began checking the motors on the drones, one possible source of the malfunction. Less than 2 weeks later, the drones were in the air again. So would you believe that where they got rid of him or didn't promote him and so forth because he was too outspoken? Or would you say there was something else in this? Because as it would imply here anyways, it seems like he did his job, he got recognition, but he always got bypassed for things like promotions. And then when it talks about things, for example, some of his complaints that he submitted, it says here, an HR worker later told Skeet they had accidentally deleted some of his complaints. A month later, Amazon told Skeet there was no merit to his complaints, the lawsuit alleges, and fired him the same day. So who would you believe in that case? And kind of like they mentioned here too, there were a lot of reports where they did have drones crashing and so forth where they had to cease operations. So it makes you wonder who is right in this case? Who do you believe? And for things like drone regulations, you know they usually treat all of them as an aircraft of sort, even if it's like a toy or a model aircraft, kind of like that example here in Canada when they found like those residential schools that had buried children. They banned things like model aircrafts as well. So this kind of got me thinking, imagine banning everything, even like kites and so forth, because here it says drone, microlight aircraft, gliders, hot air balloons, kites banned in Gurugram till January 26. The district administration here imposed prohibitory orders under Section 144 of the CRPC with an eye on security ahead of Republic Day. Flying drones, microlight aircraft, gliders, hot air balloons, kites, and Chinese microlights will be prohibited till January 26, according to an order issued on Friday by the district magistrate and deputy commissioner Nishant Kumar Yadav. Yadav has ordered operators of cyber cafes, guest houses, hotels, and paying guest accommodations and landlords and other offices to keep records and ID proofs of tenants, servants, visitors, and guests. That's really serious. It says orders have been issued in view of security reasons to curb the activities of antisocial elements on the occasion of Republic Day. I think that's kind of an interesting phrase, antisocial elements. What does that mean usually? It says actions will be taken against those who disobey the orders under Section 188 of the Indian Penal Code, the district administration said in a statement. So they treat it really seriously, I guess you could say. Is that a bit overboard, banning everything, for example, like kites as well? Or would you say there's no other way? And in terms of banning everything, at first I was reading this, I didn't know if it was real or not, but apparently it is. They always say do this to protect the children, but is this overboard? This one says 2 UK schools ban pupils from any physical contact, including holding hands, hugging, to ensure, quote, safety. The 2 schools said the decision to ban physical contact among pupils has received positive feedback from parents. 2 schools in England have banned their pupils from having any physical contact while at school as part of a safety measure. The BBC reported that parents and carers at Highland School in Chelmsford were told in a letter to parents that the ban included any aggressive contact. Hugging and holding hands, according to this, would fall under that classification. It says, meanwhile, South Church High School in South East said that students are not allowed to touch each other, with the only exceptions being performing arts, sports, and PE lessons. According to the report, both schools said they had received positive feedback from the parents. In the letter seen by the BBC, Highland School Assistant Head Teacher Catherine McMillan said, "We will not tolerate any physical contact within our community. This includes any aggressive physical contact, hugging, holding hands, slapping someone, etc. This is in order to keep your child safe. If your child is touching someone else, whether they are consenting or not, anything could happen. It could lead to an injury, making someone feel very uncomfortable, or someone being touched inappropriately." Wow, how can this be real when you think about it? So technically, you could be like in a science class, for example. You guys just accomplished something, you high-five each other. Wouldn't that count as physical contact? Wow, this is crazy. Do people actually support this? In my opinion, this is overboard. It just doesn't sound practical overall, and this is an overreach in many ways, I would think, too. I can just imagine so many kids growing up with these types of restrictions in an environment. They'll probably grow up like, I don't know how to say, very sensitive in not necessarily a good way, like you're overly sensitive to certain things. Maybe you won't even be able to go out and do some physical activities because you're scared to get, quote, hurt or injured. I mean, has to be a line there in terms of like safety and all that, correct? I don't know, again, to me this just sounds like it's overboard. Alright, see you guys later.